Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome back to the stream. My name is Fabiola Lara, and I'm your... Wait, what is that noise? I'm confused. Okay. My name is Fabiola Lara, and I am an illustrator. And today I'm going to be showing you how to video edit with the Auto Sync Premiere Pro feature so that you can quickly and easily sync your clips to your footage, sync your clips to your audio with no problem. Okay, so let's jump right in. So I want to show you how to set up a project. So just a little reminder, you can download the project files and work alongside me during the stream so that you can really capture what we're doing today. But I want to show you how I set up my files. So usually I always start off a project with these folders. So I have the project folder, which contains the Adobe project itself, so the Premiere Pro file. Then I have the footage folder, which has all my clips. And then finally, I have the music folder, which houses the music, the audio. So you can use this technique with any kind of music clip that you have, including, if you want to sync your clips to something like a TikTok trending sound or a Reels trending sound, you could bring that music into here and use the same technique. So let's get started. Once you have your project folder all set up, you just open up Premiere Pro, and I have already opened this project for us so we can get right to work. But the best way to start your project is actually when you're in the import level. I usually just, let me start it anew so that you guys can really get the full picture. So go to Premiere Pro, you open it up. It's going to load up real quick. And from here, what you want to do is select New Project. I'm just going to do this on my desktop. I don't usually recommend that, but just for this example. And so we would name it Sample Project 00. And I usually just save it on the desktop. You want to make sure you house it in that correct project folder. So it would be like in this folder right here. But in this case, we're doing it on the desktop, and you just press Create. And then if you find yourself at a space like this, don't worry, this seems very overwhelming because it's set up in the editing workflow, but there's some weird panels open. So don't freak out if that happens to you. If you load up your project and there's some weird files opening up, don't worry about it. Go to Window, Workspaces, Editing. It's already selected, but go to Reset to save layout. And then that'll bring you to something like this. This is where you want to be, okay? So if you're seeing this right now, you're in the right place. From here, what you would do, I'm going to have it split like this. You have your project, right? You want to import your footage and your music. You just select those two. On Mac, you hit Shift to select both folders, and then import media to start. Right there. And just like that, that's a random file it's a PDF that's in there. So that's for you in the download. When you download your project resources, you'll see those PDFs I put in, but they can be imported into Premiere. So once you have that, that's where your files are and all your clips. So that's how you set up your project. In this case, I'm not going to save that because I already started this project up for us so that we could get right into the work. So here's the project. Let's open it up. Okay, now I'm going to go full screen so you guys can get the full experience here. So once you have your footage and your music, you want to create another folder here titled Sequence. So to create a folder, you just hit this New Item button. Oops, you hit this New Bin button, and then that'll give you a new folder. So you could name it Sequence. I already have it here, so I'm not going to do it, but as an example, I'm just going to put a 001. So that's where you would name that sequence, and you can double click it and then you can rename it. For me, it's going to be sequence 2. Okay, I'm going to delete that because I don't want it to be here since I already have it. And here, now we need to create a sequence. So your project probably look like this. To create a sequence, the easiest way to create a sequence, to be honest, there's a lot of different ways to create a sequence, but the easiest way I've found is to drag a clip. So you already have your clips, right? Most of them are going to all be the same if you're using your phone. So you want to just select the first one, drag it over. Now you have a sequence created. That sequence is called the name of the clip that you created, but don't worry about that because you can rename it. So you'll see here that my sequence was automatically created, and it was automatically created into the footage folder. That's not where you want your sequence to be. You want your sequence to be in the sequence folder. So you can go ahead and drag that to the proper folder, and now it's in there. And you could rename it. So I'm going to call this one 00 starter. Weird, capitalized T. We don't need that. All right. So once you're in here, there you have it. You want to make sure you double click it, and that will open it here in your sequence panel. So just a little review. You have your source panel on the upper left. This panel plays the source footage. So any of my clips, if I double click them, will appear here in the source panel. And then on the right, we have the program panel. This plays whatever is on your timeline sequence. So right here, so you see that's playing, they match up. You can see this playhead and this one right here line up. Okay, now I created this sequence, but I don't actually want this video clip in here. This was just to create that sequence in a super fast way. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Now we are at our starter sequence. It's empty. It's perfect. We're ready to create. We're ready to put something in here. So the best way to start creating this is first you want to bring in your music, because if you're watching this, you want to automatically sync your clips to your music in a way that's to the beat, right? So in order to do that, you want to drag the music. So we have our music. All right, and we just dragged it. I'm going to replay that for you from the project bin right here. I just clicked on it and dragged it over, and you'll see it automatically populates into that audio track right here. This is the audio track. Okay. So once we're in here, if you use the slider, you can actually see the full clip. So this is a 2-minute song. We are not going to time a full 2 minutes of video, but what we are going to do is we want to time about, so just as a recap, what we're doing here, we are syncing clips to audio, something like this. I'm going to play it for you, what I already created to show you what we're going to do. So right here, I'm going to hit play. All right, so that's what we're doing. We are syncing those clips to the music, but we're going to do it automatically, so we're not actually doing it manually and wasting time. So to get that accomplished, what we're going to do is actually, first we need to, as you want to move your playhead to the beginning of the music, and we're going to set the beat with markers. In order to set the beat with markers, you need to select your timeline. So don't select the clip. You want to select just the sequence. So you want to make sure if you click anywhere in this black space, you'll select the sequence and not the actual track. Then every time you hit M, you're going to make a marker. You want this marker right here. So I'm going to give you an example. If I click this and press M, I create a marker in there, which is not what I want. You can see it right here. You see that marker right there? We don't want that. If I hit here, it's going to make that marker right in there, which is not what we want. Repeat, that is not what we want. So I'm going to hit Command Z and undo that. And now what we want to do is create markers on the actual track, on the sequence. So not the track, the sequence. We want to hit the beginning of that track and hit M. Oops. We already have it there, so that pulls up that window. But if I were to clear all of these markers, hit M, you'll see that it places it there. And now we're going to listen to the music and hit the markers on beat so that we hit the beat here. So I'm going to be a little DJ. I'm going to press space, and then you have to basically get on it like immediately. So let's focus here. I accidentally hit twice there. got excited. But you get the gist of it, right? So I'm gonna do one more. So. All right, so you can do it like that, all right? If you wanted to follow, I did kind of the faster one. There is like a slower beat you could follow if you wanted to, and you would do the same process. I'm gonna play it for you because I created it for you guys both, and you can see it in the project resources. If you go ahead and download those, you can see the beat here. So let me play it for you. So that's following like another rhythm, both valid. Yeah, so now that we have those markers created, before we move on, I just want to take a peep at the chat, see what's going on in here. Let me see. Hey, everyone in the chat, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for downloading your files. I'm so stoked to be here. All right, so let me keep on going. Hi, CJ. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Sam. Hi, Katerina. Anyway, so let's keep on going here. If you have any questions about this process, let me know in the comments, and I'm sure to answer them. I'll be sure to answer them. So now that we're here, what we want to do is automatically clip our footage to those markers. And yes, you could do this manually, right? You could go into your footage and select the file, drag it in, cut it to that marker, manually clip it. Okay, hassle, huge hassle, don't do it. Here's what we're gonna do instead, you guys. What you want to do is look at your files. Right now I'm in the footage, so look at your footage files. And what you wanna do is select the in and out points for every single clip that you plan on using. If there are clips that you're not sure if you're going to use, go ahead and mark the in and out points, because you could try them, and then if it doesn't work, you just remove it from the sequence, but at least you have it ready. So what we do is set in and out points. So I have a few set here because I already created this so that you could go ahead and play with it in the project files. But what you do to actually select those markers, select those in and out points is, let me show you right here. Okay, so with your footage selected, like this one right here, it'll show up in your source window. And from here, you just want to mark I and then O at the spot that you want to, at the part of the clip, the little segment of the clip that you want to select. So this is the segment I want to select. Oops, I moved it. This is the part of the clip that I want to select because it has the movement, right? If there's a part that you want to exclude from your clip, don't include it in your in and out points. So once you have this going, you can then hover and drag that part. Well, you can do that, but I'm not showing that. I'm showing you how to automatically do it. So I started going into a different workflow there, guys. Okay, so what you want to do is select that for each clip. So go to the next clip, select the in and out points. So I'm going to mark it here, in, out. I have a lot of these selected because I was trying to show them to you, but let me if you click Opt X, you can also remove all of those in and out points. So I'm going to do it in here. And right about there, I want the out point. Okay, perfect. And while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and cut this because I don't want it to be that long. So that's the part of the track that the audio track that I'm going to use. So what you want to do is go through all of these files and select the in and out points. Another way to do this, to accomplish looking at these in and out points, is simply by going into this other view right here, the freeform view. And I'm going to open this up for you guys. So if you open the freeform view, you can see all of your clips like this, which is a different way to go about it, but it's the same idea. Here you can view your clips, and it'll, if you like select it and hover it, you can actually see your in and out points. It shows you the in and out points that you set with that blue bar. So you can double check and see if anything doesn't have those blue bars. So this one, it does have it, but I want to select it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to X. So, okay. So right now it doesn't have the in and out points marked, the whole thing selected. So I'm going to go into here, mark I, And over here, mark. Oh, right. I'm going to do it right about there. So if your markers are really tight next to each other, you don't need to select a very long segment of your clip. You can select a tight segment, just so you know, like what kind of length you want to select in terms of your in and out point. So this one, for a lot of these, the clips are really small. They're short as they are. So that's why it seems like the in and out points are long, but it's just that I have quick clips. And that's why I wanted to select it. So you can see here, I have the in and out point selected there. So once you have everything selected, I like to use the freeform view because here I was able to you can organize your footage in like a more visual way. So I was able to visually set up kind of like what I wanted the timeline and the sequence to be. And then these I wanted to show you is how it appears like when you just switch to freeform view, it'll appear like a grid like this. But you can actually move these. That's why it's called freeform view. You can move these however you want. I'm going to put those back. Okay. So from here, what you're going to do to get them to automate to that sequence quickly is you want to select and then hold down the shift key and then start, oops, the option key. No, wait. Yeah, the shift key and start clicking. And it'll automatically start selecting the footage for you. Oh, what's going on? Hold on, guys. I do this all the time. And then when I had to say it, I second guess myself. Yeah, it's the shift key. So hold on the shift key and it'll start selecting. And you want to select everything in the right order of appearance because that's how it's going to. I'm going to switch to the other view. You can do it in that view usually as well, but it's glitching out for me today. So I'm going to select it. Yeah, if you press Command, it should work. Let me double check that. Yes, Command. Sorry about that, guys. So you hit Command and start selecting your clips in the order of appearance on your sequence. So however you visualize it going. So I know that this is kind of the order that I want, and then I'm following the order that I shot in. One more time, you guys. Here we go. Okay. Now, there we go. So I'm selecting these in order of the sequence that I want to create. And then with that selected, you want to hit this button, Automate to Sequence. Once you hit Automate to Sequence, you'll get this pop-up here, and you want to make sure that you select a few things. So it might say ordering and then sort order or selection order. You want selection order. That way it syncs to the order that you selected everything in. That's why it's cool if you select a clip here, a clip in the bottom, a clip from in the middle. Doesn't matter. In the order that you selected it is the order of appearance on your sequence. Then you want to place that unnumbered markers. And then overwrite is fine. And you want to use in and out range of the clips that you selected. And in my case, I'm going to hit ignore audio because I don't want the audio from the clips. I want the audio from the music and I don't want it to override it. So I'm going to hit ignore audio. You don't have to click this if you wanted to keep the audio. That's, up to you. So once I hit OK, it automatically cuts those clips to those markers. Let's play it through. Let's play it through, see how it looks. All right, guys, so that's how it looks. And it's so cool that all the clips are synced to the beat. But you know what? Some of those clips didn't look right. Like I didn't like the action that was captured. Like here, that's so unsatisfying. And sometimes you don't know what section you want until you play it back. And then you see it happening and you're like, wait a minute, this can be improved. So here's how you edit those little segments now that you have it timed out. You double click and you'll look into your source window. So in your source window, you'll be able to see the part of the clip that's included in your timeline. And you can easily just move this. So I want it to be further along. Let's see what this looks like. Much better. I prefer to have that. You actually get to see that pouring. That's great. Then here, let's see. That's pretty satisfying. We could maybe edit this. Let's see. Maybe we'll move it over a tiny bit. Let's see what that looks like. Much better. This one's just okay, but let's double click it and let's move that segment of the actual source clip to a better spot. So you can just move if you see here, these little 3 horizontal lines, you can use the hand and just move it, right? And shift the in and out points so that the in and out points on your sequence adjust. That works, or you could change them entirely. So let's say you don't even want that part of the video. You say you want this part. You can just hit I and O. Wait, I gotta clear my option X. Oh, sorry guys. I actually deleted the whole thing. Okay. So once you have it here, have it selected, you press Option X. Oh, you can't do that because it's already selected. It's okay. You can just move it or you reselect the O. What is happening, you guys? You know, it happens that you do this a million times and then things change on you. Okay. You can just shift these points like this. So you can move this over. 1 second, if you zoom it in. There you go. Because the way this works is that this little part of the sequence is this clip is now that segment of that clip is in your timeline. So if you see what's happening here, this moves and so does this down there. So you can't just go ahead and move that, but you can, like I was telling you before, is move the whole thing and then adjust it accordingly. So if you do the automate to sequence and you see that some of the segments that you selected are too short, don't freak out, because when you double click it, you can actually just adjust it. So what do I mean by that? Let me show you here. We have some time left. I want to just show you what I mean. So if in this slow one that I created for you that you can see, sometimes the clip that you select will load and be too short. When you do the automate to sequence, there'll be gaps in between the markers because the segments that you selected are too short for the actual markers, right? For the spacing in the markers. So when that happens, double click and you can just extend it. You'll see what I mean. If it happens to you, you can just extend it. Yes, so let me know if you have any questions. Yes, this is the best way to quickly sync clips to music without having to sit there manually and do it. So let me show you what I mean here by some clips might be short. So if I were to delete this, I deleted all the clips, right? But we have our markers because I had already done that. If I then go and select all of these, I'm going to select them. That's the order that I have them already loaded in the order that I want, but I could also go ahead and select them out of order just to make an example here. I'm going to try this part again because I know that this is how I want it to load. So I want it to be this, then this. I'm pressing Command here to hold everything down like that, and then this. Okay, then you hit this at unnumbered markers, overwrite edit. It's the same settings here, press OK. And you'll see that when we play this through, it goes to black. There's like a second where it goes to black because the segments that I selected weren't long enough for the automate to sequence function. So what you simply do if that happens to you, don't freak out. You double click and you just extend that end of that in and out point, and you see it. You saw that it extended. Let me show you one more time. So double click. And if I extend this out point, it extends it here as well. So that's how you can quickly do that. And the great thing about this is that if you have trending audio that you're using or anything like that, you can go ahead and quickly sync to the beat just by using these markers and by using the automate to sequence function, which is right down here. I hope you guys are noticing that. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here today. Make sure you join our community by posting your work in our Discord server. Please share your projects that you create using this awesome automate to sequence feature. It's absolutely one of my favorite features in Premiere Pro. Remember that we have mentors, including myself, to help you level up your skills in that Discord channel. So be sure to drop your work in there and check out the description below for more resources, free resources, challenges, and links to get you plugged into our Creative Cloud communities. Thank you so much for being here with me today. My name's Fabiola, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.